Hello guys, being here and I'm back with another rSlash I'm gonna try to do weird voices because I want to improve on my vocals and try to do multiple voices and learn. I'm trying to use YouTube, I guess, as a way of learning. So hopefully you guys can watch the video and enjoy and can watch me improve. Let's get straight into the video. This one's titled, "My neighbors wanted to call a professional to mark their property line and my parents agreed." This was a long time ago, but I remember it so clearly. We moved into a community with a tight space in between our house and our neighbors. Sounds like England. And we didn't like them being able to see into our kitchen. We put a bunch of plants, costing thousands, but my parents thought it would be worth it. A week later, my parents awoke to the plants completely chopped down. My father was furious. I marched down to our neighbor's house. He told my father the plants were on his property line, therefore he had total right to take them down. He warned that if anything were to go down on his property again, he would report us to the authorities immediately. Later that day, my father called the company that put in the plants, and with the warranty, we could have them replanted next week for no charge. Lucky guy. We made sure there was no way it was on our neighbor's property. However, a few days later, we caught him chopping them down at 2 AM. We called the police upon obstruction of property, and after a chat with my neighbor, he decided to call a professional and mark his property line. My father agreed. A few days later, I got home to find orange tape in my neighbor's yard. Apparently, his fence was 11 feet over our property line. We watched as he took his fence down, completely furious. Within the next month, we were enjoying our new space and privacy in our backyard. And my neighbor ended up losing 1/4 of his backyard. My neighbor ended up having to pay almost 10k for the destruction of our property, and we got to plant our plants again. Jesus, plant my plants, can't even say that again. TLDR, my neighbor chopped down our plants, blah 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 blah, he had to pay. Woohoo! Done! Shame on this guy, calm as a bitch. This is what you do, right? If this was me in my situation, I'll be going secretly to the person and be like, dude, someone's been taking my property line, fix it up for me. And if they go like, dude, you're over by 11 feet, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely tell my neighbor, you can fuck off, bruv, because I ain't telling him. Why would you tell the other neighbor? Just do it in secret. Be like, why is that dude looking at my property or my garden? Nah, he's just a weirdo who likes looking at grass. I tell you, it would work. Doing too many hours. So, a bit ago, I used to work in healthcare. We were allowed to work up to 55 hours a week, and so I would usually pick up around 3 to 4 extra shifts a month just to pay for treats and extras. I always made sure I never did too many hours, that I felt well in myself, until a new senior nurse started. She was quite brittle, with all the staff bringing in arbitrary new rules and just generally being rude, the bitch, until she wanted something. Then her tone changed, and she was sweetness and light, but deep down she is the devil. She started telling staff that picked up more than 1 extra shift a month that they were doing too many hours, and thought we had to pick up fewer hours as I didn't reflect well on the ward to have permanent staff working so much. She said this in the most condescending tone possible. I tried explaining the policy of the hospital, but she didn't listen. She said, "Well, I'm the senior nurse on this ward and this is how it is now." And to be honest, it wasn't worth my while just working 1 extra shift. So I stopped. I also stopped staying around to help, as long as I wasn't impacting on patient safety or other apart from her. Got loads of notes to write. Too bad, I'm finished now. See ya later. Got some samples for pharmacy? Think you'll be running those yourself? It all came to a head one day when, as I was getting ready to leave, she asked me to work a shift the next day. She said that she'd asked a staffing agency, but they couldn't send anyone, and no one else wanted to pick up shifts. They came the sweetness. "Please, Mockingbird Bay, please, or otherwise I'll have to do it, and I'm meant to be going to XYZ tomorrow. I stopped, I smiled, I just said, well, I can't do too many hours, you are the senior nurse, and left. Funny enough, she never asked me picking up shifts again. Whose bright idea was that? Oh, that lady needs help. Oh, you know what? You can't work you're working too many hours. You need to stop. But why? I'm earning money and I'm helping everyone and I feel fine. No, you can't do it. I said so. Unless I need help. Wait, you need help? Yes, help me. Hell to the no. Ain't gonna happen. You don't help me when I want to help you. I ain't gonna help you when you need me. Adios. Have fun missing your holiday or whatever you're going to. Deal with it. Fine. It will only cost you more money. This happened last summer. I worked with a bunch of different doctors to staff a hospital in the city. Hospitalists and ER docs. Things were going well and the hospital was ranking in record profit and had complete a major expansion because business was increasing. For doctors, that's a scumbag because you shouldn't care about money, you douchebags. There was a shake-up in the administration of the hospital and the new folks decided that they needed to make some changes in order to increase their margins. Once again, why always about margins? They decided to cut the numbers of doctors per shift. They also decided to save money by cutting support staff, thus greatly increasing our non-medical workload, billing, coding, etc. Oh, and by the way, no increase in compensation. Obviously, these changes didn't go over well. People were pissed. With the hospital expanding, the volume of patients was going up and we needed more docs. It was in fact endangering patients because of the numerous workload would give us less time per patient. Despite our protests, the CEO and CFO were having none of it. They fired the chief medical officer and also got rid of hospitalists and ER directors. The message was clear: put up or shut up. We had a very continuous meeting and the CEO basically said that if we can't deal with it, we should just quit. Immediately several doctors quit. Others kept working while looking for new positions. Several of us ended up at a rival hospital right down the road because rivals, you guys aren't caring about helping people, you guys only care about the money. Initially, the admin kept a brave face as resignations kept coming in. As first, they could manage, but soon we started running into huge staffing issues. They tried quickly hiring new candidates, but people aren't stupid. They knew something was up when they realized so many openings were available because nothing like that happens in the world. Also, word travels fast in the local medical community. Everything travels fast in the community, no matter what community. The amount of work they were expecting each doctor to do per shift was getting extremely dangerous, making the job less attractive. So, winter rolls around and it's the busiest time of the year. They desperately need staffing, but they can't find doctors fast enough. So, they had no choice but to hire lockman tenant doctors. Docs who work on short-term contracts. Unfortunately for them, locksmen actually cost about double what a permanent doctor does. Even then, they were hard to come by because of how much the job sucked. In addition, they had to offer up huge sign-on bonuses to new hires in order to get people interested. And finally, we come to the part that gives me the most satisfaction. They were so desperate that they had to come to docs who already quit. We still had our hospital privileges and we knew the system. We were willing to help them out, but only for an incentive pay, much more than our usual compensation. I had planned on going on vacation before starting my new job, but I couldn't pass on the financial windfall of all of those incentives. Let's just say it was a very profitable holiday season for me. These cost-saving measures ended up being tremendously expensive for the hospital, between hiring paying tenants, doctors, incentive pays, and recruitment costs, the hospital ended up spending way more than it otherwise would have. The hospital admin has quietly rolled back all of the charges, and now they have in fact increased the number of doctors per shift. Don't shed a tear for the hospital or the admin though, they are still doing tremendously well for themselves. Because no one cares about patients. I find it kinda sad. I said I was going to do the last one in a female kind of voice, and then it was so long compared to the others. Mistakes were made. And I know it's gonna probably sound bad or cringe, but my throat is dead. But like, real talk, why? Why is this hospital so like, the main focus on this is about money? Like, I don't know. I know, but hospitals should be things that to prioritize health. At least in the United Kingdom and shit, it's free. But like, jeez, hospitals making money off people who are sick and injured. Like, come on, dog. That's outrageous. I don't know, like, instead of like saving so much profit, make all the bills and stuff cheaper for people so that more people can afford it. Anyways, I'm going to side topic anyways, guys. That's the end of the video. Being out. Peace.